Welcome and thanks for joining us on today's Around the World Armchair Adventures, where we bring to you a series of travel information sessions. Sit back and enjoy for the next 30 minutes or so discovering the world of Wendy Wu Tours. Hi, I'm Angelina from Wendy Wu Tours, and here at Wendy Wu Tours, we have been inspiring travellers to Asia and beyond for over 25 years, and we are known as Australia's leading Asia touring specialists, offering group tours, private tours, tailor-made holidays, short stays, and stopovers. We offer unrivaled knowledge and expertise through our comprehensive range of escorted group tours with excellent value inclusions. We also have expert national escorts and local guides and provide an exciting range of journeys to must-see destinations. Mongolia has been sealed off from the world for most of the 20th century, and the mention of the name conjures up preconceptions of remoteness and isolation. But now Mongolia has opened up to the world. Its inhabitants are traveling the globe, and visitors are flocking to escape the modernity of everyday life. It is still a developing country with a basic infrastructure, but this is all part of its alluring charm. Mongolia is vast, remote, but truly naturally beautiful. Mongolians are aware of the unique natural beauty of their country, offering rolling countryside, endless grassland plains, rugged mountains, pristine lakes, and a plethora of wildlife and livestock. It is an amazing wilderness experience. Their nomadic culture is also famous, and most visitors will sleep in a gur, which is a traditional felt yurt, an experience to get back to nature. The friendly welcome is second to none, and in today's world, it is refreshing to meet locals who are willing to open their doors and their hearts to complete strangers. Today, we go on an exploration of this immense and naturally beautiful country. Mongolia is a nation bordered by China and Russia, as you can see from our map here. Its capital is Ulaanbaatar, which centers around Genghis Khan Square, named for the notorious founder of the 13th and 14th century Mongol Empire. Now, while nomadic Mongols opt for the simple life, the locals in Ulaanbaatar are embracing the modern world in every stride. The capital city is changing at a rapid pace, and many Mongolians now embrace the global economy, capitalism, and consumerism in their everyday lives. Mongolia is keen to be part of the global community, and by visiting, you are contributing to the remarkable developments in this extraordinary country. Now, Mongolia is about 5 times smaller than Australia. So if you were to compare, it's just a bit larger than the Northern Territory in size. And with its own population of 3.1 million people, you could compare this to Western Australia and Northern Territory combined. Now, the country is best known for nature, so boasting a wide range of birds, fish, mammals, fantastic national parks where you'll find many of these wildlife. And most probably they're best known for the Siberian ibex, the snow leopard, the Gobi bear, the wild Bactrian camel, as well as the rare Przewalski horse, which is also known as the pea horse. Now, also known as the land of the blue skies, with a widely varied topography that offers most dramatic landscapes and sceneries throughout the vast plains and mountainous regions. Now, the best time to visit is during the Mongolian summer, where you'll have the best weather from sunny, warm days with little rainfall throughout. It has 4 clear, distinct seasons, being the summer season, June to August, the spring from March to May, which sees the migration of the season for the herders, and this brings a little bit more unpredictable weather, a little bit chillier, and autumn from September to October brings a kaleidoscope of colours and is also prone to heavier rainfall. Then there's the winter, which, whilst not the best time to go to Mongolia, if you want to avoid freezing temperatures that can plummet to minus 30 degrees, but for those well-prepared adventurers, this can be a rewarding time to visit whilst their herders stay close to camp and there is little to no tourists in sight. Now, the major international airport is in the capital of Ulaanbaatar. Flying from Australia takes approximately 13 hours, depending where we're transiting through, and Australian passport holders do require a tourist visa, which we organise as part of our tour packages. Now, there's more than 20,000 kilometres of roads stretching across Mongolia. Around about 1,600 kilometres of that is paved. So in the countryside, you'll be travelling across many different surfaces, from gravel highways to wide open plains where the route is marked out simply by poles. This truly is a grand adventure, travelling through this diverse land, and you'll see much beauty as you discover on your travels. So whether you want to take in the culture or see Mother Nature, you can find it all here in Mongolia. We've put together a 23-day Go Beyond tour that will give you the best of all that Mongolia has to offer, including the famous once-a-year annual Nadam Festival. Our 23-day Go Beyond tour is a new tour coming for 2021. This is your sneak peek. And this tour departs in late June and also coincides with the famous July festival. So this tour, you can journey through the less discovered land of Genghis Khan, traversing endless plains and seeing sights of immeasurable beauty, including experiencing the 3-day exciting Nadam Festival. Now, this is truly a once-in-a-lifetime event, and it's held annually, so you can witness the pageantry of the Nadam Festival for yourself as you cheer on the participants alongside the crowds of locals. So here you will get to meet the local people and also get involved in the festivities. Now, we also discover on this tour the Gobi Desert, where we see the singing sand dunes. There's endless sights that we will see and amazing beauty along the way, including the beauty of Lake Kovsko. We'll also go and visit Jurassic National Park, and you will get to experience the warm welcome of meeting a Mongolian family as they show you around their ger camp and introduce you to their nomadic way of life. Now, you can immerse yourself in the fascinating culture as we enjoy a Mongolian folklore show. We also get to stay in traditional ger camps along the way, which is an amazing experience. And this tour is a new itinerary that we bring to you, as I said. So it will be available soon, so keep an eye out on our website, and also will be included in our new brochures towards the end of the year. Now, for more independent travellers, we can also organise tailor-made holidays for you that you can travel any time of the year. Now, let's explore more of the amazing sights that you will see throughout your travels on this tour. The capital of Ulaanbaatar is an enormous, bustling city with an eclectic mix of commerce, traffic, nightlife, and bohemian culture. The contrasts within the city are immense, with sights of suited businessmen intertwined with that of nomads straight from the grassy mountains. Now, the city is growing at a fast pace, occupying 1/3 of the country's population. The capital of Mongolia is also the largest city. Ulaanbaatar was built along the Tul River and is surrounded by the picturesque mountains, with the centre of the city largely occupied by Soviet-style high-rise apartments. The majority of the 1.4 million population prefer to live on the outskirts of the city in the traditional ger, which are the circular felt tents, which happen to be the most identifiable symbol of the country. Now, these camps are situated on the nearby mountain foothills. Now, the city possesses a long and unique history since its establishment in 1639, and the winters here are long, but when the spring arrives, the city bursts into life, and this chaotic capital is a fascinating part of any Mongolian adventure. And taking the time to admire the traditional theatre, sample the international cuisine, and you can also see the many sights and enjoy travelling through this amazing, changing and evolving city. Now, in the city of Ulaanbaatar, there's many places and monuments to visit, and you can enjoy the city sights, including there's 40 museums that are also in the city. So here we visit the Bogd King Palace Museum Complex, which was formerly known as the Green Palace, built between 1893 to 1903, and was the official residence of the former Mongolian ruler Bogd Khan Ul. And the complex consists of 7 temples and European-style home, displaying many precious relics and artifacts of Mongolian historical significance. Now, in the heart of the city is the former Sukbatar Square, which is located in front of the government palace and also has the iconic horse statue. It was once the burial site of hero of the revolution Damdin Sukbatar, who declared Mongolia's independence from China in 1921. Then it was later rebuilt and renamed to Genghis Square in honor of Genghis Khan, considered to be the founder of Mongolia. So nearby you'll see the central post office, the city bank building, the opera house, the high skyscraper central towers, as well as the Galleria shopping mall. Now we also visit Gandam Monastery, which means great place of complete joy, and this is the largest, most significant monastery in the country with over 150 monks in residence. Now we also will see the impressive Zaysan Memorial Hill, where after climbing 621 stairs you'll be rewarded with the view of the giant memorial wall and the panoramic view of the entire city. Now we'll also visit the Museum of Mongolian History and also the Museum of Fine Arts. Now you also can do a bit of shopping in the local markets, and we will take you for a special visit to the Gobi Cashmere factory, where you will find some of the best cashmere in the world produced from the local Mongolian goats. Now, did you know that Mongolia supplies 9,600 tons of raw cashmere per year to the world? And here you'll learn about this thriving industry. And later this evening, you'll get to enjoy a traditional Mongolian dinner, and you'll also see a traditional folklore show here in the city as well. Now, also a very special event held in Ulaanbaatar is the once a year Nadam Festival, which is Mongolia's biggest celebration. Translated, Nadam means festival, and as some people describe it, this is Mongolia's national version of the Olympic Games. It falls in mid-July and is the biggest celebration of the year in the country. Many people like to wear national costumes to show their pride for their country, and during the festival, special festival food is eaten. There are 3 types of national sports that take place during the festival, which are wrestling, archery, and horse racing. Now, the horse racing is very different to that of the Western world horse racing. Now, these jockeys are very young, between the ages of 8 to 15 years old. They do not use a saddle either, because this makes them lighter and the horses go faster. There are 5 different types of horse races that are based on the horses' ages, and these races are enjoyed and loved by everyone, especially for the nomadic culture where they feel very close to their horse. Now, this is a perfect time of year weather-wise in the summertime, which is warm and sunny, and it is the perfect time to celebrate during this 3-day festival. Now, on our tour, we will enjoy firsthand the annual revelry of the traditional Nadam Festival. Starting on Nadam Eve, we visit the horse racing field and see the Mongol traditional costumes and headdresses on display in the central square. You will get to mix with the locals and nomads alike to witness the opening ceremony of the festival, where featured events will include wrestling, horse racing, and archery. Now, also seeing the opening ceremony procession of the athletes, officials, and monks. Now, this is a festival like no other, and no doubt one of the main highlights of the tour. You will get to cheer along with the locals as the athletes compete and revel in the carnival-like atmosphere. Now, we also get to see the wrestling events where a total of 1,024 wrestlers meet in a single elimination tournament that lasts 9 to 10 rounds. The festival is a local celebration of the Mongolian people and culture, and the festival's origins can be traced back to the Mongol army with horse racing, wrestling, and archery competitions known as these three manly games, which have an important place in the Mongolian cultural history, dating back to the times of Genghis Khan, who chose his men from the army who were patient, strong, and flexible, and had excellent eyesight and hand-eye coordination. These qualities were tested and strengthened throughout the three sports, and it is believed that is why his army was so successful. Originally, men were only allowed to compete in the festival games. However, today, women can participate in the horse riding and archery events. So prepare yourself for an exciting few days, enjoying the thrilling events before witnessing the Nadam closing ceremony in the Central Stadium on the final day. Now, as we escape the city, we travel to the Gobi Desert, and here, this is one of Mongolia's top visited regions. Gobi literally translates to waterless, which isn't surprising considering it's a desert. And despite being one of the most remote places on the earth, and it can only be best described as a bleak place, it is vast and eerie, and it is through this complete emptiness and isolation that it draws thousands of visitors year after year. It is the ultimate place to escape the world of smartphones and fall completely off the radar. The Jurassic National Park stretches for 2.7 million hectares and contains mountains, dinosaur fossils, sand dunes, rock formations, and the valley here is snow-capped for most of the year. Now, the Gobi is a place where it rains in summer, snows in winter, but it is still predominantly dry and flat. You might be surprised to see life in the desert and spot rare animals such as the snow leopards, the two-humped Bactrian camels that you see here, as well as rare natural flora and fauna. There's the wildlife, the greenery such as the saxel tree, which offers water and wood for the nomads, as well as wild onions for food, bindweed, saltwood, and sophora, which are shrubs that are scattered throughout the desert. Now, this is some of the many unique life forms that are found here. The Gobi Desert also has a very extreme climate, from freezing cold where you need scarves and gloves right through to blistering heat that needs hat and sunscreen. But don't let this varying weather stop you from seeing just all that the Gobi National Park offers. Now here you will see this amazing place which is unlike anywhere else on Earth. Traveling through the Gobi National Park, we see the magnificent Kongoran Els, which is also known as the singing sand dunes. These are famous due to the noise that the sand dunes make when the sand moves by the wind. Now, these are the most spectacular dunes in all of Mongolia. They measure up to 800 meters high, 12 kilometers wide, and approximately 100 kilometers long. These are the largest of the group that are situated in the northwest corner of the desert, and here you will witness the remarkable desert landscapes and explore the sand dunes both by four-wheel drive and also on foot. Now, we also visit nearby the Flaming Cliffs. These natural red-orange sandstone cliffs are well known for their flaming-like appearance, especially during sunset. But also, this is the area where the first dinosaur eggs were found in 1922. And we also visit the nearby dinosaur cemetery. Now, in recent years, the Gobi Desert has had an explosion of gur camps, making the exploration of the colossal sand dunes, ice-filled canyons, dinosaur fossils, and also enjoying camel treks much easier. And you also get to experience sleeping in a traditional gur as well. So traveling through the Gobi National Park, one of the highlights is seeing the Gobi Dinosaur Cemetery. Here we explore the surrounding landscape. You'll get the opportunity to hike in the area and take in the awe-inspiring views. And this is known to be the discovery of the dinosaur remains and also was the turning point in the paleontological history of the world, where it is the first proof that dinosaurs laid eggs. So here you also may get the opportunity to see the rare Przewalski horses, or some call them Przewalski horses, or simply known as pea horses, which are an endangered species of wild horse native to the grasslands of Central Asia. There are roughly 2,000 horses left in the world, and most live in the Hustay National Park, which is about 120 kilometers from Ulaanbaatar. Also in the Gobi National Park, between the steep walls of the 2-kilometre long Yollanam Canyon, there is a stream which freezes in the winter, and it is possible to walk along the ice. Now, the ice field reaches several metres thick by the end of winter, spanning several kilometres long. However, in the summer, the ice will be melting. So we hike into the Yollanam Canyon, which takes approximately 2 to 3 hours. Now here you will get the opportunity, especially for the early risers, to go earlier into the park and see the multitude of wildlife that's in this section of the Gobi, including the mountain ibex and many birds of prey, as this valley is also referred to as the Valley of Eagles. We visit Ongin. Now here we will see the monastery. Now the Ongin monastery consists of 2 monasteries that are located opposite each other at the bend of the Ongi River. Now the first monastery built was Balim. Now this was built in 1810 on the north bank of the river. The second was Kutagd, which was later built on the south bank and can only be accessed when the water level is low. Now, this was once one of the biggest monasteries and home to 1,000 monks. However, it was later destroyed in 1937 and many monks died here. Now, 2 monks now call the ruins home, and after a small temple was constructed in 2004, they live here. Now, the monastery offers spectacular views of the surrounding scenery, and combined, both monasteries form a complex known as Ongin Kid Monastery. Here, you can enjoy some time exploring the monastery and its ruins, and also the museum here, as well as seeing the stunning surrounding areas, including the Ongi River. We travel back to Mongolia's former capital, Karakorum, situated on the Orkhon River. Now, this spot was handpicked by Genghis Khan in 1220, where the city remained Mongolia's political, cultural, and economic hub for only 40 years before power was transferred to the city known as Beijing. Now, after the collapse of the Mongolian Empire, the city was abandoned to the elements and destroyed by roving soldiers, until its remains were used to build Mongolia's first Buddhist monastery here in the 16th century. In 1792, it housed 62 temples and 10,000 lamas, and since 1990, it has again become an active monastery, retaining much of its former glory. Enclosed in an immense walled compound is 3 temples within that are dedicated to the 3 stages of Buddha's life as a child, adolescent, and an adult. This is a very interesting stop along our Mongolian journey. On our tour, you'll enjoy many immersive experiences, and you'll also learn about Mongolia's ancient traditions, custom and cultures, including watching the traditional golden eagle hunters that belong to the traditional nomadic clans who capture the birds at an early age and then train them up to be hunters, where they essentially will hunt for food for their owners' families. Now, once trained, this can take several years. The eagle will then go out with the hunter on horseback, riding on his arm. Now, the bond can be so close between veteran hunters and their birds that the slightest change in talon pressure on the hunter's arm alerts him that his bird has picked up on his scent of prey. Now, the eagles are domesticated, fed by hand, and will live with the hunters' families for years and are very well looked after as a valued family member. See more stunning scenery here along the Kangay mountain range, including the Great White Lake, where the extinct Korgo volcano sits watching over this freshwater lake. There are hiking opportunities around the northeastern side of the lake where you can hike up to the crater and see the wonderful views, or you can walk along the lake shore where you can find the excellent opportunities to see bird and wildlife. Now, this is the highlight of the Arkhangay province, and here this is surrounded with extinct craterous volcanoes, including the lake, bird life, and the mountains are protected within the 73,000 hectare national park. Now, another memorable stop is here in Jagal, which is known as the home of the yaks. Due to the many local families here herding yaks, these animals are much easier to keep than traditional cattle, eating far less food and are low-maintenance domesticated animals. They provide much-needed benefits to their owners' families, including yak milk and or yak butter, which includes the famous yak butter tea, which is most drunk throughout winter. And also they will make yak cheese and yogurt as well. Now, traditionally in Mongolia, yak milk is fermented in a leather pouch and is then distilled as milk wine, which is a clear alcoholic drink also made from the yak milk. Now, here you'll also see clothing products that are made from yak hair, many scarves, beanies, and also rugs that are made from the hair, alongside the famous cashmere made from the local goat's hair. Here also in the area of Jagal is the natural hot springs. So here we will get to experience the Jagal springs, which average temperatures of 70 degrees all year round. And the hot springs tend to be more popular at night after enjoying a local Mongolian barbecue dinner. Now, we also will visit the volcanic hot springs of Tsenker, which are surrounded by stunning alpine scenery and also majestic mountain ranges. Here in this area you can relax and literally immerse yourself in the wondrous hot springs. In Lake Kovskol, also known as the Blue Pearl of Mongolia, which is surrounded by dense pine forests, lush meadows, and soaring mountains, and wildlife including grazing horses and wild yaks. Located in the northmost province, it is Mongolia's largest and deepest lake and is the largest tributary stream of Lake Baikal. Now, being the second largest freshwater lake in Asia at 1,645 meters above sea level, it actually freezes from January until May. Now, we get to spend 2 days here relaxing, surrounded by the nature of this national park, enjoying the flora, fauna, and incredible scenery. Now, there's a variety of activities that you can do during your free time here, and our national escort will assist you in organising some of these suggested optional activities, keeping in mind they are at your own expense. And you can try such things as horse riding through the nearby mountains, or visiting a reindeer breeding family, or you can rent one of the speedboats and see more of the lake, or you can just take in a relaxing walk of the nearby forests and the beautiful scenery in the area. Now, heading back closer to Ulaanbaatar, we explore the beauty of Gorky Terej National Park, and we soak up the stunning alpine scenery, which is reminiscent of the Alps in Europe, with picturesque high cliffs, which have been eroded into wonderful landscapes of granite tors. Wind, rain, frost and ice and natural acids have created these bizarre tall shapes, including the famous Turtle Rock. And this is appropriately named Turtle Rock because of its resemblance to a turtle when viewed from a certain angle. Now, here we also meet the local family where we get a glimpse into their nomadic lifestyle, and we also spend a night here in a ger camp. Another impressive site nearby Ulaanbaatar is the immensely impressive Genghis Khan statue complex. This gigantic glimmering silver statue stands at 43 meters tall, and the statue is of Genghis Khan sitting on a horse, and it is said to be pointed in the direction of his birthplace. Now, to this day, over 800 years since his death, no one has found his tomb, and it is said that he did not want it to be found, hence why his soldiers went to great lengths to hide it. Now, the food throughout Mongolia is predominantly consists of dairy products and meat. The most common rural dish is that of cooked mutton, and in the city of Ulaanbaatar, you can enjoy the variety of international cuisine, and there is a plethora of restaurants as well. The famous dishes include banch, which are the steamed dumplings filled with meat. They're very popular. The bantan soup, which is similar to that of a Korean beef porridge, some say. There's also the crescent-shaped meat and vegetable savory pasties, which are deep fried, as well as noodle dishes that include a variety of stir-fried meat and veggies through these, and these are found in the city, as well as a variety of cheeses made from either yak or cow milk, and they also serve the fermented dairy products that are similar to what we know as kefir, which are known for their health benefits of a fermented milk, but there also is the fermented milk, which is then made into alcoholic beverages as well. So throughout, the vast barren plains and the nomadic lifestyle of the region, it's created the many unique culinary flavors throughout the country, and all meals are provided on our tour, breakfast, lunch and dinner, and they will range from the restaurant style cuisine in Ulaanbaatar right through to the more simpler traditional gur camp meals, which are often similar to a barbecue, Mongolian barbecue, with a variety of meats and simple vegetables. During the Nadam festival and most days driving through the countryside, we'll also provide our guests with a picnic box style lunch, and then you'll get to enjoy the many flavors as you're traveling throughout the country. Now, of course, for those with dietary requirements, we'll cater for you as best we can, and these are limited often to foods such as noodles, rice, or steamed vegetables. Now, whilst you're traveling throughout Mongolia, you can enjoy the many flavors that we offer throughout our tours and experiencing the different variety of culinary delights that Mongolia has to offer. Now, on our tour, you will get to experience a variety of unique and immersive style accommodation that we have hand-picked. Now, outside the capital, camping in a traditional style gur camp really lets you have the feeling of what it would be like to live like a Mongolian nomad. But don't worry, you won't be completely unplugged or out of touch from the outside world. Over the centuries, while still outliving the traditional lifestyle, these nomads have developed to using modern technology, so you can still charge up your phone or your camera batteries. Now, another thing is with the gur camps, they come with communal dining and bathroom facilities. Now, they also have comfortable bedding and have Mother Nature's air conditioning, where the heat and the air conditioning are all natural. So the way the tents are built is to make sure that you stay warm in the cold and cool when it's hot. Now, you will also enjoy your 4-star hotel stay in Ulaanbaatar, which is a 5-minute drive from the city centre. This hotel offers a pool and hotel-style amenities, and then you can enjoy the local hospitality of the traditional nomadic Gurs, where they range from the more basic level of accommodation with some right through to more plush style offering as we set along our journey throughout Mongolia. Here throughout the Gur camps you can enjoy the amazing views and the local experiences, perfect for the avid go beyond traveller. At Wendy Woo Tours, we want every guest to have an extraordinary experience traveling with us. You can find your perfect holiday by selecting from one of our extensive range of touring options, and you can also enjoy the incredible value that our group tours offer. They include international return economy flights, visa fees, quality accommodation, all or most meals, plus sightseeing and local transportation included, led by our national escorts. Now, if you'd like to travel more independently, we can organise a tailor-made or bespoke itinerary that suits your holiday style, and you can still enjoy the comfort and peace of mind of traveling with our experienced guides. Now, traveling throughout our various countries and all the wonderful regions that our many guests travel through year after year, we always urge you to keep in mind all the rewards and also the challenges of traveling through many of the popular countries, but also developing countries where English is not as widely spoken. And this is where our local expert guides and national escorts are fully trained with a minimum of 5 years experience, and they will be indispensable throughout your tour. Now, for more information on our full range of holidays, please visit our website at wendywotours.com.au, or you can see your preferred travel agent. Thank you for attending today's Around the World Armchair Adventures. From Wendy and all the team, we hope that this has inspired you. And whilst we may not be able to travel today, next week, or even next month, when the time is right, we will be here. In the meantime, please join us again next week for the next Armchair Adventures, where we hope you enjoy the incredible places that are waiting to be discovered and explored with Wendy Woo Tours. Have a great day and see you next time.